Heartgold, the home of the one and only Ho-Oh, the sacred fire Pokemon. Fire types are destructive forces with some powerful moves, but also have many weaknesses to many common types. Today, we'll be going through Heartgold with a Fire type Hardcore Nuzlocke challenge. The rules are the same as usual, and I'll leave them in the description as well. But basically, Pokemon difficulty is bumped to the extreme. More so with Monotypes. I can only get the first Pokemon per route, and if it faints, it's gone forever. Set mode only, and no items in battle, and of course, fire types only. Let me know in the comments below who is your MVP of the run, or even just your favorite fire type. It would mean a lot to me if you subscribe. It's completely free, and you can take it back anytime you want. And boop the like button if you like the video. Anyways, here we go. Our picks of fire types in this region are quite low, but I honestly wanted to play with Typhlosion again, so here we are. We can pick up Typhlosion, of course, Magmar, Arcanine, Flareon, and yes, Magmortar is allowed, as I'm allowing trade evolutions to happen in the games, but after I started playing, I realized Magmarizer is in the post-game, so I can't get that. And when these games came out, there was a little something called a Pokewalker, where we can also get Ponyta, and strangely enough, for some reason, a Torchic, which I will get after the second gym, so it's a bit more fair, and I'll count these as separate calendars as well. It's more fun that way. And we're also going to need some Firestones, which are kind of hard to get before the National Dex and post-game, but we'll figure it out with Pokeathlon or something. So maybe next time I should pick something more expansive and easier like ground types. I don't know. Oh well. So starting off, we pick Cyndaquil as our starting Pokemon. It's a speed little dude with a hasty nature, meaning more speed and less defense. And I named it Foreman, after the Foreman grill of course. And easy enough, we get to Violet City with no issues. But in the meantime, I had a thought. If you had a Typhlosion, Cyndaquil, or Aqualava, would that make a pretty good barbecue? I feel like it would, you know? And yes, I skipped the first rival battle by the way, because there's nothing really to see there, to be honest. I named the rival my name, literally, because it was honestly not interesting at all. Whilst I was in Violet City, I made sure to get the egg from Primo, but to be honest, I didn't know who was Primo in the Pokemon Center, but I eventually found him and gave him the special words for Slugma, naming her Slimy. I then hatched the egg before the gym to train at Bellsprout Tower because it's a fire type. Bellsprout Tower is just full of Bellsprouts. It had a calm nature, which is nice for a tank. Well, I hope she's a tank, especially fire when weak to lots of special moves. So like I said, I go to Bellsprout Tower to train, and I found out a little bit later the Slugma learns Ember at level 8. It doesn't take too long to level it up though, and I get to the top finding the rival there. Run away from me as soon as I went to take on the Elder. The Hoot Hoot was a pain with the Elder, as I nearly went down to the Hypnosis, but luckily, Slugma took it down. So, at Faulkner's gym, I took out the Pidgey really easily with Rock Throws and Embers, and for Pidgeotto, this one was pretty easy too. I put it to sleep, and I never let it wake up with Embers and Rock Throws. That was pretty much it. On the way to Azalea Town, I saw a Team Rocket member talking to an old man as if they had just been dumped. Ouch. Skipping Team Rocket though, and the Slowpoke well, because, well, it was honestly just too easy, and we were over leveled for them. Then, when I got to the Bug-type gym, I honestly completely forgot how to do the puzzle, and I met a bug trainer who loved his bugs, and he told me why he loved his bugs before I burned them to a crisp with my Lava Slug. Now, onto the fight with bugs. It was Scyther first, and honestly my first and only plan here was maybe sacrifice Slugma and get it to burn with Flame Body to reduce attack, or even just put it to sleep. However, luckily enough, I put it to sleep and it didn't die. And Slugma crit, which is awesome. So the next two Pokemon, it was just too easy. I don't understand. It has two Cocoons with Kakuna and Metapod, so I just took those down really easy with Kolava. Alright, so when I got out and was going to the next place, I completely forgot, but my rival surprised me and we had a battle. Slugma got Gaslight really low, but then nearly died because of switching out to Croconaw. And then I put it to sleep. Luckily, Slugma didn't die. And switched to Kolava to smokescreen it down because I knew if it got water guns off, we'd just get destroyed, and we got it twice. I quick attacked, hoping for it to miss, and it did every single time. So eventually, I quick attack it down, and I use Ember to sweep through the remaining party of our rival. So after this one, I add Ponyta and Torchic to the team, naming them Pony Wee and Little Chi, because I just watched Shang-Chi. And I can get these from the Pokewalker, and they're level 7 and level 10 respectively. I train them up, so Torchic evolves into Combuskin as well, and both Pokemon have a hardy nature, so it's pretty neutral. Then I got to Goldenrod City, and I went to the radio tower to get Whitney back to her gym, answering all the questions on the first try. Whitney, on the other hand, I don't think even got the radio card. Next thing I did was check out the TMs available in the game corner, but I soon realized it's not a slots machine where you can just buy coins, so I gave up on that strategy. Alright, Whitney's infamous gym. Honestly here, I just decided I'm too squishy to do anything but force my way through with special attack. So I start off with slowly take down Clefairy with Slimy and Embers, and then when the Miltank comes out, I switch over to Foreman, and I bought the Fire Blast TM from the game corner, and I was really afraid of flinching from rollout damage, because if I did, it would be completely over. Luckily though, 2 Fire Blasts were enough to just take it down. Yeah, that was really anticlimactic. On Route 36, I caught a Growlithe and named it Hella. Eventually, I found my first one, but it took a while and it had Flash Fire instead of Intimidate, which is gonna be nearly useless. Also, its special attack is down with an impish nature, so we'll see how this one goes. I also find the Pokeathlon Dome, where I'm gonna have to get my Firestones from, and we won't be able to evolve it until level 48 because I really want to have Flare Blitz on this guy. Next, I went to the Burn Tower and my rival was there. He started off with Ghastly and I started off with Hella, and I slowly took it down with the bites. However, it did get a curse off, and he switched to Croconaw, so I just switched right over to our Foreman and hit it with 2 Fire Blasts, taking it down. Now, I did take a bit of a risk there, but Foreman honestly was the best one to do it with how much special attack he has. Next was Zubat, and it went down to a Flame Wheel, and Magnemite also went down to a Flame Wheel. Since I'm in the Burnt Tower though, I decided to go and get my Magmar and named it Eternus. Now it had a sassy nature, which raises its special defense, but lowers its speed. But this is actually pretty good. Alright, so the reason I said it was going to be good with my special defense increase Eternus is because against the gym leader that's a ghost, he has a lot of special attacks. So he brings out Haunter first, and I take it down easily with a single Fire Blast. But then comes out Gengar, the ace. Gengar puts me to sleep straight away. But I was able to use Confuse Ray when I woke up, and it gave me time to use Fire Blast and even burn it. Though, since it's a special attacker, burn doesn't do too much, but I eventually take it down. The next 2 were just Haunters, and I just take them down with some more Fire Blasts, and Eternus is really showing what she's got from the moment I get her. Alright, next stop, Cianwood and the Fighting Gym. To be honest, I got lost because I didn't know what to do. And I'm also really scared of this gym because we have really nothing to take it out except for brute force and just a lot of luck. So I trained everyone to max and even evolved Hell to get a stat boost into Arcanine, which I would find out later locked me out of getting Flare Blitz, which sucks. But anyways, getting into the fight, I went to put in Slimy first, but I'm 100% sure she's gonna get a one-shot. So I start out with Eternus because honestly, she has higher special defense for when Poliwrath comes out, and I get to try and use Confuse Ray. Luckily, Primeape went for Focus Punch twice, so I can take down with a few Fire Blasts without really taking any damage. Next up, Poliwrath comes out, and Eternus confuses it, but gets slammed and paralyzes it. So, because of this, Poliwrath gets burnt because of Flame Body, which is awesome, less damage. So I switched to Slimy because I know Burn lowers attack, and it has not used Surf once. So I know Slimy might die if it goes for it here, but I know it's a sack I'm willing to make. But he lives! And Slimy can get off a light screen before switching to Hella. Poliwrath uses Surf, but deals minimum damage due to light screen. And I'm doing minimum as well with Fire Fang, as I really want flinches, and then light screen wears off. I know I can't take a hit from Surf, and it's half HP, so I just go for a full damage move with Takedown. Because I know my team can't win without Hella. And Poliwrath goes down! We did it! Holy moly, I was really prepared to sack Pokemon here, because I really didn't know how we were going to win this one. Now I have the HM for Fly, but I don't have a bird Pokemon to use Fly right now because I completely forgot to get one. So I have to surf all the way back. I went to give the potion to heal Ampharos, and I kind of feel bad for it because honestly, it's just all alone up here. No other people, Pokemon, or even food and water. And right after Jasmine heals it, she just leaves. Alright, let's just be real here. 100% we have no real chance of losing at all in her gym. We're literally just gonna melt her down. The ice gym will probably be harder. Wait. Apparently her gym trainers were in the lighthouse, so I don't have to fight them? I had no clue about this. I completely forgot. But moving on to Jasmine. First off, I sent out Foreman because honestly I just wanted to train it. So while Jasmine is right with the steel types being really good at defense, their special defense is usually just terrible. Usually being the key word. So Foreman with the special attack and the special attack stats takes out Magnemite in a single Fire Blast. Then I take out Steelix with another Fire Blast. And I try using Flame Wheel against the other Magnemite, but it doesn't kill it, so I just take it down with the Fire Blast. Alright, moving on to the Lake of Rage storyline. You know, I just realized Lance is insane. He used Hyper Beam on a person indoors. Now I know Pokemon doesn't show it, but like that would have destroyed the house or killed man, that's crazy. But anyways, skipping Team Rocket here because no battle was really worth mentioning. I'm at the Ice Gym, and it's a pretty cool layout. I decided to train a bit here and I get to the gym leader at Price. For 7th, the gym leader, he is just laughably weak. He has a lower level ace than the 6th gym, and he only has 3 Pokemon. Johto's training and curve challenge for like difficulty is just so weird. But anyways, first Pokemon Seal, I tried to give it completely Slimy for EXP, but I couldn't, so I switched a little cheat to train and used Bulk Up while sleeping, getting 3 off before I used Double Kick to take it out. Next is Dugong, which I one-shot with Double Kick, and his final Pokemon Piloswine, not even a fully evolved Pokemon for Gym 7, by the way, does not go down to Double Kick. Apparently can eat a berry between kicks. Did you know that? I didn't know that. It uses Mud Bomb, and luckily, Little Chi has a bit of HP left. I thought he was gonna die. Not wanting to risk it, I switched to Eternus and take it out with another Fire Blast. At this point, I'm pretty sure I can get an Eevee from Bill already in Goldenrod. However, I think right now we're okay with our team for the moment. So the Dragon Gym. Honestly here, I did so much training. This Dragon Gym is insane. We have no coverage for her team. She has Aqua Tail and a Hydro Pump. So I leveled everyone to max. And I tried to do it with a bunch of EV training and Ice Path for attack and speed for our other guys. And then I also trained with Psyducks for special attack on the other ones. So here we go. What I decided was to set up with Slimy. It had Ancient Power, which could cover the first and reflect for Aqua Tail. And this was against the Gyarados and then whatever he switched into. But the main issue was Kingdra. I had no plan for this guy. So looking at my options, I decided to do a setup with Slimy and just bulk up spam with Little Chi. Normally I would do Swords Dance or something, but I can't get Swords Dance because I have to stay in the game corner for way too long right now. So starting off, here we go. Slimy is just not as tanky as I thought. It tanked 2 Dragon Pulses from Gyarados. But my strategy was still going okay. I used Reflect to tank when switching and Yawn. I then switched to Little Chi, perfectly prepared to lose her. Honestly, I was just preparing to sack Pokemon again here because I had no clue. But luckily, I get 4 bulk ups off, which is insane. And I hope for the best. So I Oko the Gyarados with a single headbutt, and Kingdra comes in instantly. To be honest, I wasn't sure if I was going to kill it, so I took my chances and put Bright Powder on Little Chi. Now if you guys don't know what that does, it lowers the accuracy of the other Pokemon by I believe 10%. And accuracy on a Hydro Pump is 85%, which means it only has a 75% chance of hitting. I double kick, and it doesn't get it below half due to Citrus Berry, and I prepare myself to lose Little Chi to Hydro Pump, but it misses. I double kick again and take Kingdra down. But now, since I know I come close to taking down Kingdra, I keep Little Chi in and Oko the last true Tatini with no issue. I was so scared. If it hit, it was pretty much over. But anyways, Claire is being a little baby, and She says I have to visit the Elder to get my gym badge to do a test or something. And I go do that because she's just a sore loser. And the Elder tells her to go and reflect, but look at her, she just rushes off. That's reflecting. Right, Elder? Alright, next part here, just the Ho-Oh thing. I just realized there's not really much story to the Ho-Oh thing. You just go up and then you catch it or you kill it. Same with Lugia, I think. I've never played that one. But it's a fire type, so technically I can use it, but I'm not going to. Because it's a legendary. But I'm still gonna catch it because I'm gonna get another charcoal and life orb in the ruins of Alph. So, next up, I fought the rival in Victory Road. And with Sunny Day paired with Solar Beam, Feraligatr just went down so quickly. And the rest of the team was an Oko by Flamethrower, so honestly not really worth mentioning. Next thing I did was train everyone pretty much to max level for the Elite Four and the Champion. I evolved Pony after learning Flare Blitz into a Rapidash, but then sadly learned, like I said earlier, that I'm locked out of Flare Blitz for Hella, which sucks because it has such high attack. It was a good sacrifice though, because without Hella evolving earlier, the earlier gyms would have been impossible. Especially though, it's okay, considering it didn't have Intimidate, which sucks. Alright, the Elite Four. Against Will, I started with Foreman and used Sunny Day, expecting to easily sweep through his team. And I was partially right. Xatu was a 50-50, as if I got confused, I could try and fight or just switch. I used Sunny Day, and I used Psychic, so luckily it fainted in one hit from Flamethrower. Next was Slowbro, and thanks to the sun, Solar Beam Oko'd it. Next was Jinx, easily taken down by Flamethrower. And then Executor comes out, and apparently it outspeeds my Speed Nature Foreman, which is... what? I didn't know it had a higher base speed, what's that? But luckily, it didn't crit with Psychic. It got me low though. If it crit, it would have been over. So I took it down to the Flamethrower, and not wanting Foreman to die, I switched to Pony and take down the last Xatu with a Flare Blitz. Next is Gogo. My man's got promoted to Elite Four from Gym Leader with a team of Coughing and Grimer. How does that even happen? He starts with Ariados, but I started with Foreman again with Sunny Day Flamethrower, as his team honestly is just majorly weak to fire. It was pretty easy. Ariados uses Spiderweb to not let me escape, but little does it know, it's stuck with my Foreman. And I take it out with a Flamethrower. Koga sends out Fortress, and I'm not sure why, because it's 4 times weak to fire, but I Oko it straight away. And next is Muck. I don't know if I can one-shot it, but I use Fire Blast just in case, and I take it down pretty easily too. Crobat is next, and I use a Flamethrower to take it down. Venomoth as the final, just like a fly, burns in flames when it gets too close to the light. Next up is Bruno, and I'm a little worried here, as I think they can outspeed, possibly, and they have some good coverage here as well. So I decided to start off Slimy so I can use Reflect, and switch to my Foreman with Sunny Day and Flamethrower. It goes well, and Foreman takes 30 damage from the dig after Reflect, and it doesn't go for it again, which is weird. But it uses counter, so I get a free Sunny Day and Flamethrower when I switch in. Next up is Onyx, who gets Oko'd by Solar Beam. I don't understand why he's still using an Onyx. It should just be a Steelix at the very least. Machamp is next, and I use Fire Blast to make sure it goes down in one hit. Hitmonlee goes down to Flamethrower, and then Hitmonchan actually survives the hit, which makes kind of sense, I guess, because I think it's more of a defensive Pokemon. But I switch here because I don't want Foreman to die. I switch to Eternus, and Eternus uses Flamethrower, and Bruno heals twice. Eventually I take it down with another Flamethrower. Next up, Karen the Dark Trainer. I don't really have a strategy for this, again, except for Brute Force and maybe some super effective moves with Thunderfang on Murkrow, but that's about it. I have Little Cheese start off, and all it really knows is Double Kick. I use it 3 times. I have to use it 3 times to take down Umbreon. Next up is Murkrow, and I switched to Hella for Thunderfang, and it took it out really easily. Houndoom comes out, and I try to paralyze with Thunderfang, but I just take it out with an extreme speed because the Houndoom just kept missing. Gengar is next, and I can take it out with 2 Fire Fangs without taking too much damage as I'm faster. And Vileplume's after that. Hella does an Oko with Fire Fang and gets paralyzed, so just to make sure I had something for Lance, I switched to Eternus to finish it off with a flamethrower. Eventually anyway, because Karen keeps healing. But it goes down. Alright, Champion Lance. I never thought I would make it here with a full team. I never thought I would even make it here in the first place. Especially with fire types learning all their good moves later, usually. But this, I don't think we're going to make it out. But we're going to try. Lance is an even scarier version of Claire, because he has more powerful Pokemon, more levels, more moves, and as usual for dragon types, or dragon-like Pokemon, we don't really have much type coverage whatsoever. I mean, we have Ancient Power, but it's 5 PP, it has 60 power, and Armor Cargo is just really not that tanky. But we're going to try our best here, so we're going to 100% lose people, but I switch around items to see if I can up our chances. I put Miracle Seed on Foreman to power up Solar Beam, Charcoal on Ponywee, and Shell Bell on Little Chi as I go in. Foreman is able to get Sunny Day off first, outspeeding, but taking a lot of damage taking down Gyarados with 2 Solar Beams. Aerodactyl comes out, and that thing's fast. It takes on Foreman instantly. Next up, I send out Ponywee, trying to finish it off with a Flare Blitz, trying to one-shot it, but it doesn't do enough damage, and Ponywee gets taken out by a single Rock Slide. Next up, I send in Hella to use Thunder Fang. Lance heals with a full restore on his Aerodactyl, and I go for another Thunder Fang, leaving it quite low. Thing is though, Aerodactyl is still faster and goes for a Rock Slide. But it doesn't kill, thank god. It doesn't flinch either, and I'm able to take down Aerodactyl with another Thunder Fang. But Hella is really low here. So when Dragonite comes out, I can't really do much damage, and I do a little bit with Thunder Fang, and I switch to Eternus. When I switch to Eternus, it dies setting up Sunny Day, because I really think Fire Blast and all those moves are the only way I can win. But looking at my team, I don't know what to do if I send Little Chi or Hella, because they don't really have any moves, and they're slower than the Dragonite, which is his ace, his level 50. So Slimy comes in, and I set up Reflect to try and reduce the damage, and Flame Body actually burns Dragonite, which lowers its physical attack even more. I use Agent Power, and it crits. I took out the Dragonite, the ace, and it gives Slimy stat boost too. Next up is the other Dragonite, the slightly weaker one, and Slimy does get paralyzed here, but I use Ancient Power again, hoping for another miracle, but I just get it down to half. Dragonite uses Thunder, and it misses. And then Slimy hits another Ancient Power with another stat boost. Is a miracle about to happen? There's no way. I'm literally shaking right now. The only problem is, I have 2 more PP. That's how much I'm shaking. Next up is his last Dragonite, and honestly, while recording this, I completely forgot he has 3. This man's insane. It's 3 Dragonites, and all of them are under level to be a Dragonite. But anyways, I tried to use Yawn to buy time to try and just Lava Plume it down, but Flame Body, again, burns Dragonite, which means it lowers physical attack, and because it burns, Dragonite does no damage with Dragon Rush due to my boost as well and defense from Ancient Power. And I think this is winnable, but I decided to screw it. I have 2 boosts, I Reflect, and it's burnt, and nearly took out the previous Dragonite in 1 Ancient Power, so I go for it. And it hits! And it takes it down! Finally, Charizard. 1 more PP left. And I don't even know if I'm faster here, but this is the only chance I got. So I go for it. And Slimy's faster than a Charizard while paralyzed. And it all goes! Oh my god, dude. It took out Lance's 4 Pokemon by itself. That's insane! We've just seen a miracle here, folks. Holy moly. Technically speaking, guys, for some of you, because I used Pokewalker Pokemon, it doesn't count. However, for me, it was unencounterable if you did it, so it counts. And to be honest, it wasn't used that much anyway. And I never thought I would get this far because fire types know awesome moves, but most of the time, it's much later in levels. And I never expected to make it past Claire, or even sometimes Chuck, or especially Lance, but Magcargo there in the end was just absolutely amazing to watch. And to be honest, let's be completely real here. there was a lot of luck involved, especially with the stat boosts and their crits. But hey, I did it. I beat Pokemon Heartgold with only fire types. Well, if you want to watch more, boop the like button and subscribe. Tell me who your favorite was in the comments and what you guys want to see next. Watch more here. Peace, love, see you guys later. Bye now.